Ladies and gentlemen, do not attempt to adjust your YouTube viewing device. We control the horizontal. We control the vertical. We control the ping. And even those annoying ads about drugs that don't explain what they even for. We even control your favorite YouTube influencers and the reason they keep trying to shill Glorbo to you. What even is that? I don't know. I'm just a voice on the computer box. For the next 10 to 15 minutes, give or take an ad read, Daryl, you will experience the awe and mystery of a fantastic voyage from one's next mind to the Golshi Zone.
Yes, greetings everyone. This is the Hipster Snek, joined today by my good buddy Ditaku.
I am S on pavement and Q on turf.
Understandable.
I am in fact actually a car.
Oh, yes, of course. That's why, D Car Taku has, been his name the whole time. Haven't you guys been listening? I mean, if YouTube's captions are any indication, your name is Daku, but, I mean, what do I know?
D Daku, yes. No, I was just gonna say, if anyone's actually playing Soulframe, if you actually encounter a D Daku, you might might be playing with me. I'm just saying.
That's true.
Just maybe.
That is
maybe.
true. And I forget if I made the joke before, so I'm gonna make it again. Like, if I had a nickel for every time a franchise about horse girls blew up into a multimedia juggernaut and then subsequently drew out the worst dregs that social media has to offer, I'd have 2 nickels. And that's not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. So today, originally...
I was going to ask you what the other one was, and then
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, right.
Right. The other time, the multicolored horse girls blew up and made the internet a slightly worse place for it. So, originally, this was going to be...
You can say that.
This was originally going to be a top 10 episode of me just, talking about Umas that I liked. And then I kind of kept running into one issue after another, and I was like, I don't really have enough to say, I don't have enough footage, some of these Umas are not in global yet, and Itaku was like, I like Umas too. And I was like, that is true facts. That is true facts.
No. You have to tell them the whole story. What happened was you were like, you made a joke about me doing the intro, and I'm like, right. Okay, all right. Do you want me to actually record this? So I did. And then it's like, yeah, we could just talk about it if that helps you. So yeah. Here we are.
So we're here today, and our sole ambition is just gush about Umas that we like. So I actually ended up with more than 10, but I guess it's fine. But what was going to be a top 10 is now a top 20, maybe a top 25, depending on how many honorable mentions end up coming up in the discussion. So we're just going to kind of talk about some of our favorite Umas.
And I was going to say I have 10, and I have 1 honorable mention. That's just because I suppose I could say, maybe 2 honorable mentions because there's a few characters I don't have that I'd really like. But there's one that I really cannot have because she just came out in JP.
Right.
And in the immortal words of Richard Epcar, this keeps coming up. I can't read Japanese.
Yeah, limits us a little bit. But we're not going to limit ourselves to Umas we have. This is just Umas that we like. And yeah, some of these are not going to be in the global, and we will highlight which ones those are so no one gets confused. Now, this is a asterisk as of the time of this writing, or recording rather, kind of situation, because I don't know, maybe you're finding this video 2 years down the line, and maybe they actually have joined the global server already. But as of right now,
Yes,
the middle of 2026, several of these Umas are not in yet.
Yes, this is a Miracle on 34th Street style. Yes, Virginia, there we cannot, in fact, actually time travel. I hate to tell you this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll kick us off because this is one that I actually just recently discovered, and that's Love's Only You, who is in fact not in the global server yet. She is JP exclusive right now. She has this really cool, strong red-white motif, this really cute character design, and the whole thing is like she is an entertainer. She's a streamer, and like one of her likes listed in her profile is video editing. And I'm like, oh, that would actually be something she and I could talk about as friends. Let's not be weird here, like this professional acquaintances. But like it's just a really interesting, striking design. I'm like, oh, that's really cute. I like that. And she has a cute name, Love's Only You. It's like, aw, that is cute. I like that.
I forget, is she the one that everyone forgets about, and she's kind of the yandere, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Oh, no. You were thinking about Still in Love, which I don't blame you for confusing those names, because there's a lot of Uma names that are really, really, really confusing. When I first started into Umas, I routinely swapped the names of Super Creek and Special Week. I figured it out eventually, but like, yeah, no. Love's Only You is a streamer, and she's really good at fighting games, according to her profile. Okay, fair. Still in Love is the one that I'm afraid of, because when she drops onto the global server, she is going to be, for me, what Halloween Rice Shower was for Ditaku. Because every time Ditaku tried to pull an Uma, since her appearance, you pulled her like, what, 6 times or something?
Yes. I'm not kidding you, bro. It's not even her. It's actually, and that's one of the, I was going to bring her up later, but I guess I'll bring it up now. It's not just her. It's like Rice Shower in general. I have both Rice Showers 5-starred now because of that. It is ridiculous. Yes.
That is crazy.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, it's frustrating. I'll be like, I'm going to get, Major October. I'm going to get Manhattan Cafe. And it's like, no, you get Rice Shower again. It's like, So,
that's
yes. I have nothing against her. And honestly, it's like, she's a really good character.
Absolutely.
I don't really use her much because I feel kind of bad because I know that you really like her.
Yeah,
but,
she is a bit of a Dateru of mine. And as I mentioned in the previous podcast episode,
but
we discussed Umas.
Man, it's just like I'm just rolling for something.
Just Rice Shower.
Oh man, I sure do hope that I can give Rice Shower, some nice grass like, you used to be able to do with Haruura. Oh.
Now everyone in the audience is sad.
Pretty much all of them have passed away now, bro, except for Golshi.
A lot, yeah.
No, I was gonna say, ironically, my honorable mention, because she's not technically in, global yet, Forever Young,
Nice.
Which honestly is kind of an interesting thing for 2 reasons. First off, I saw her design and I was like, wow, you are really pretty. I really like the the sunglasses and the kind of the mafioso look, which
Right.
I mean apparently is a thing. She's basically like the Nepo baby, which is apparently, I mean, even amongst racehorses, which apparently have very, a lot of them have really storied pedigrees. She is like exceptionally storied. And even to the point that, like, I want to say she's like she'd be the great granddaughter of Secretariat.
Wow, this is really comprehensive. It goes back quite a ways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've been doing this since like the mid 19th century, yo.
Yeah, no.
Which is kind of why when people are like, is there any way that we can make racehorses faster? It's like, no, we really can't.
Nope.
I mean, there's just going to be variation in individuals. We've kind of hit the ceiling of what the race horse can do.
Yeah.
Unless we start adding in like
Cyber
cheetah genes or
horses.
like start splicing them and yeah, having like very generous definitions of what a racehorse quote unquote is. But yeah, so this is going to be a little bit of a tangent, but there is a synth pop / Italo disco band named Alphaville.
Right.
All right. You may be aware of them because they I wouldn't say they're a one-hit wonder, but they kind of had like one big hit that everyone knows, which is big in Japan.
Right.
They had another hit, which was, ironically, Forever Young, which is this really sad, melancholic song about nuclear apocalypse and, oh, it's okay, even though, we're about to die in this nuclear, Armageddon because we're going to be forever young. Haha. And then ironically, like right after that, they had a remixed version, which is a dance version, which is actually really upbeat and catchy, which is just kind of takes the fangs out of the whole thing about, like, oh, we're going to, dance forever. It's like, no, yeah, we're actually dancing. No, and I really like that song. I like both versions of the song. So when I saw Forever Young, I'm like, this is, I like this. I like you. You automatically, I associate this song that I like with you when I like the design. So
Right.
there you go.
Yeah,
And
that's
now,
really cool.
I'm here. I want to say, yeah, one of the CEOs for Cygames actually owns the horse. So it's like the Nepo baby stereotype that she has already works on multiple levels.
That's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my one that I'm holding out on. Although, I mean, you have a few, like, I want to say you mentioned before that you had Gentle Donna, and that's actually funny too, because your very first foray into getting imported materials from the land of the rising sun.
Yes, I actually bought a Gentle Donna figurine. Because I'm weak for Gentle Donna. In my original top 10 list, she was actually going to be number 3 on that list. And I love everything about her design.
See, you need to come up here to Pugberg then, my friend. I'm not kidding you. You could get stuff like that. Just literally, there's entire shops downtown for this type of stuff. It's not even that hard to do.
Fair. So, Gentle Donna is really interesting. Because first off, she's actually an Uma based on a mare. So she was actually a lady in real life. She raced against several famous horses and won several times. That's actually like part of the reason why her Uma has a kind of like frenemy / rivalry with Goldship, is because like they actually did race against each other in real life. So
no, I was just gonna say I appreciate her for the fact that there's so much art of muscle mommy Gentle Donna. I just think that's really funny, is that she seems really nice and mature, and then she's just like, bench pressing a Buick, and it's like, that is really funny.
okay, so like the thing, according to the wiki, I looked this up. According to the wiki, this is a reference because during horse racing, naturally the horses kind of will like gravitate one direction or another, and sometimes they'll bump into each other. And apparently some other jockeys who are riding stallions would try to bump her out of the way, thinking, oh, it's a mare, I can just knock her out of the way. And Gentle Donna would knock them back twice as hard. So now it's like her strength training as an Uma is to crush solid as steel balls in the palms of her hands as her workout regimen. She is just so strong that she just compacts them into like atomization, basically.
That's hot.
Agreed.
I might have to roll for her then. I'm gonna waste so many carrots on this because whenever you and I Yeah, whenever you and I roll on the same character, and this always happened in any game we play, it always ends up that you get them and one of us gets them and the other one loses like a crap load of currencies.
That is true
That's
facts.
always what happens.
Yeah, like Gentle Donna is just this absolute powerhouse, but she dresses like a lady. She conducts herself like a lady, so she has that contrast. What do they call it? Gap moe, I think is the term.
Yeah, there's a few of them that like I want to say Fuji Kiseki, which is one that I actually just got, is the same way. She's wearing a ball gown and she's
Because everyone knows that Umas are very good at designing their own racewear, and they definitely don't do stupid, like counterintuitive things all the time.
You know, the tack has her goofy sleeves, so it's not even the silliest thing.
That's true.
So that's another one that's actually on my list. Anya's Tachyon. I really like her. I know that she's kind of a meme as, whoa, 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 wacky, mad scientist character. And it's like, yeah, I mean, this is going to be one of my, like, personal hot takes. Like, guys, can we stop, like, flanderizing these characters? Seriously? But, this is going to fall on deaf ears because, I mean, Cygames flanderizes them too.
Right. So another good one that I'll put forth is actually coming soon to global. From the time of this recording, she's probably out by about a month or two. That's Seeking the Pearl. And what a name for a horse.
Oh yeah, that's one that you're interested in.
Yep. Seeking the Pearl. I don't know. I like a lot of Umas that have like a red-white motif. Like a lot of red Umas are on my list. I just kind of realized. So, a neat thing I learned about her is Umas apparently have a thing called tail calligraphy, where they train themselves to write with a pen using their tails. And apparently, Seeking the Pearl is exceptional at it. Yeah, that's a thing. Seeking the Pearl is really interesting as horses go, because in real life, she had a rivalry in a bunch of foreign races with another American-bred Japanese-trained horse that's going to show up on this list again, in American and French races, with one Taiki Shuttle. She is...
That's another one that you like, and
yes.
One that actually I am trying to get.
Yes, they're both excellent. Pearl, as I recall, Seeking the Pearl went to France around the same time as Taiki Shuttle did, and initially they were going to wait, and then when they saw the race that Taiki Shuttle was scheduled for, they put Seeking the Pearl into a more difficult race before, specifically so they could say that Seeking the Pearl won a G1 in France first. So... Yeah, horse racing can get really weirdly petty, as I've learned recently. But yeah, like they actually had they had some similarities in that respect, and they kind of had a sort of a rivalry, not like a super heated or prolonged one, but one that was definitely worth international attention in the horse racing scene. Because it kind of spanned several nations before it was all said and done. I like her. She has that kind of mature lady energy going on there. She just seems like someone really cool, like almost like a celebrity in her own right.
No, I mean, that makes sense.
My next one would be Gold Chip herself. And I mean, honestly, that's kind of a no-brainer. She was kind of the reason why, between her and Silent Suzuka, she was the reason why I, actually picked up the game. And I mean, truth be told, it's because of the fact that I kept seeing like, whoa, it's this wacky, racehorse girl, and it's crazy because, oh, trainer. All the other ones are like, ooh, you trainer, oh boy. Which is funny because like the first 3-star I got was Silent Suzuka, which is basically exactly what I'm describing. Whereas, the meme was like, oh, what are you going to do, Gold Ship? Here, trainer, I got you a present. Ooh, that's wonderful. It's a pipe bomb. And I mean, I'm gonna say this, like, in terms of like the flanderization of the character, I'm not kidding you. I have maybe had the bit where she's like, I'm not training this week, and she just severely limits what you can do. I've had that maybe 3 times over the course of like 5 times that I've tried to do careers with her. I don't know what to say. Maybe I'm just lucky.
The funniest thing is that when I've raised Gold Ship, I have not run into that all that much. But you know who does like to do that to me is Gold City likes to do that to me.
Huh.
Yes, she can do that too. And for me, she does it a lot. It's very annoying.
Gold City, I have both versions of Gold City that are out. I really like her design. Yeah, she is kind of fussy, which I think is kind of by on design. Isn't she supposed to? She's like a Gyaru. So, that makes sense.
She's a Gyaru model who's like trying to prove her place in the world. And so she's particularly persnickety about how she lets you train her. So, like, yeah, she's actually kicked up more of a fuss than Gold Ship has.
Which is funny because I want to say Princess Kiwakami, which is actually funny. She's actually a literal, actual, like, treat me like a princess, is actually way more rough and tumble than Gold City is. Even to the point where her special attack, or, her special thing is literally she gets assaulted by a monster and she punches it right in the face. Nice. She's actually really good. She's not on my list, but I just really don't have any strong feelings either way.
That's fair.
I just am like, you are better than I thought. I thought you were going to wash out. No. She's consistently been very good in any race I've run with her.
All right.
So who is my white whale though?
Uh-oh.
Who is my white whale? The one that I can never ever get through any career. She always washes out is Narita Bryan. I really love her Bancho design. Yeah, she's like, you get to like the sixth career goal and is like, I'm like, I'm doing great, I'm gonna do it this time. It's like, I don't think so, Tim. It's like, why are you like this?
It's tough. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but yeah, I haven't managed it yet.
Yeah, watch some other Uma bro who's like, oh, you guys are total buffoons, all you need to do is just have a particular pedigree and
just do this easy step. And in the Uma community, easy step means either it's ludicrously easy and you're an idiot for overlooking it, or it means that they wailed on like every card banner so far, so they literally have like the meta build for whatever state the game's in right now. So next on my list, I have Aston Machan, who, like Seeking the Pearl, is coming very soon to Global, who's a really interesting Uma, because she's coming to Global soon, but she is the only Uma who has the ability to break the fourth wall. Well, maybe Gold Ship, but like Aston Machan, during her appearances in the anime, will look directly at the viewer, not at the center of the action of whatever scene she's in. She's looking at you, specifically the viewer. And her whole thing is she wants to become mascot of the world because she is desperately terrified of being forgotten. Like, that's just heartbreaking. Like, as soon as I heard that, I was like, my little snecky heart. I can't handle that.
All right, I'm gonna have to. I think I know who this is. Let me see.
Yeah, she is named for the Aston Martin British cars.
Yeah, I kind of assumed.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I see who. Aw, she's cute.
She is.
Okay, so she wasn't who I thought she would be.
She is. Her whole thing is she just wants you to remember her. And so in the animes, when she's appeared, she's not looking at the other Umas unless she's speaking to them. If she's not, she's looking at the viewer. She's looking directly at you. And even in the game, her portraits are aligned so that most of the time she is looking straight on at you. Now, that's not necessarily unique in the context of the game, because lots of Umas look at you, but she does it more than other Umas do.
Pulls a Monica.
Kinda. Except she has literally no malice at all. She literally just wants you to remember that she existed in the first place, and that's like all she wants in life. Now, the reason she's wearing a crown and a ribbon is to help make herself more memorable and to stand out more. So you'll remember her when you see her. So when those banners come, because Seeking the Pearls banner and Aston Machans are going to hit very close together. That's going to be a fight, and I'm not looking forward to it. I want them to come, but I'm scared that when they do, I'm going to be completely bankrupt.
See, the funny thing is you're going from bottom to top, I'm going top to bottom, so, we're just going to be completely all over the place, which is exactly the way this really is a podcast.
It is, because we're completely disorganized all over the place and barely communicate, despite the fact that all we're doing is talking.
Yes. My next one would be Grass Wonder. It would be DeGrasse.
All right.
Oh, I honestly just think she's really pretty. Honestly, it was one of those situations of, I'm like, there's a lot of characters, ho-hum, whatever, and then just this really, really nice looking, she's got really long hair, she's got a really nice, very mature looking face, and then she proceeds to go, no one can stand before me, I am the great overlord. Or not, it wasn't Great Overlord, that's TM Opera Zero, or TM Opera O. It's like, none can stand before me, and she proceeds to debuff everyone, pulls in a Naginata, and then just, wins the race. And I'm like, I like you. I like you a lot. You are a surprise pick, and so honestly, like, if I had, was given the gun to my head, Ditaku question of what's my favorite Uma, I probably would get shot, because I'm like, Gold Chip, no, DeGrasse, Gold Chip, and they just get mad at me and shoot me.
Well, what's kind of funny about that? In real life, Goldship and Grass Wonder were friends. They liked each other a lot.
That wouldn't surprise me, considering how much of a troll IRL Goldship is. So, yeah. And ironically, yeah, it's, DeGrasse and another one of my, ironically, I didn't even do this on purpose, actually. Apparently we're huge rivals in real life too, which is why they're roommates in the anime. El Condor Pasa.
Oh, all right.
Which is funny because, both of them are American born. I want to say they actually both came from Kentucky. And they're like, oh yeah, just because of her name, El Condor Pasa is, they're going to make her a lucha libre. Woo. Which, honestly, is one of the cooler shticks you could have, truth be told.
Yes.
I don't have her best outfit, though, because I don't have it, but I want to say you do, where the monk, the fantasy monk.
Oh, her white
JRPG
mage.
hero.
Her white mage outfit. Yes, I did.
No, not her white mage. I'm talking about El Condor Pasa.
Oh.
I have the white mage, ironically.
So, funny thing about that, I tried to get El Condor Pasa's monk state, and so I pulled White Mage Grass like 4 times in that banner.
I'm going to be real. I don't really like White Mage Grass. I think she looks super cute. It is incredibly cute because I really like the green design. I think the green works on her.
Yeah.
And okay, this is gonna be fashion Ditaku now.
All right.
The green really works for her. I'm just saying, and she's got like a cute little beret. It's very cute, and she's got the cute little fantasy stave. I really appreciate the accessorizing that's going on. Absolutely cute. I cannot stand her skills. It literally is the meme of we have Super Creek at home. Okay, if I wanted to play Super Creek at home, I just play Super Creek. Okay, which is ironic because Super Creek herself is like that, and I want to say Mummy Super Creek is actually we have Grass Wonder at home because she has a bunch of debuffs, if I remember right.
That sounds right, because I remember I did a build with a
Yeah.
legacy that was Grass Wonder, and I built a debuff Super Creek because of it. Yes.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So it's funny. I really like her. I really like, and honestly, she's my current home screen character.
Nice.
Just because I'm like, yeah, I really like the way you look. I think it's really funny. Also, I think it's really funny that you're like, you just have that swap between you're really kind and nice and friendly, and then you just hit the racetrack and you just become like, I'm going to destroy everyone, teehee.
No mercy.
I'm just saying that, Umas don't have human rights because they're not technically human.
Oof. Jeez, Grass. Chill.
That's a little bit goodbye. I'm just saying I have seen more than one piece of fan art that involves Grass Wonder, encountering Frieza, and Frieza is like, wow, okay, maybe you need to just chill. So
I could definitely see that. So, speaking of cute designs, the one I have next is Asian Flash. And if she was truly German, her name would actually be pronounced Aishin Flash. But technically, she was foaled in Japan. But her mother, her dam, came from Germany, which is why she has the strong German connection. And I'm just saying, she's incredibly meticulous to a ludicrous degree. She literally has a schedule in her pocket, and she itemizes her day to the minute level. And she's very obsessive.
Oh, so she is German then.
Yes. And if she loses or has something go wrong, she beats herself up and then tries to overcompensate by being way too hard on herself. And also, she's wearing a Dirndlgewand. I'm just saying, if Yutaku was a girl, it would basically be Asian Flash.
Man, why you gotta do me like that?
I'm just being honest.
You're completely right. You're completely right. And also, I'm just saying, apparently, yeah. And that's, speaking of, we talked about it earlier. Speaking of situations where, when we both roll in the same banner, one of us gets it and the other one doesn't. I rolled 6 times on that banner and I didn't get her. So congratulations, bro.
I did. And I did not have to roll 6 times. I think I rolled 3, I want to say. No, she is a great Uma. She's very thoughtful and meticulous, and she's just trainer, I have our entire day itinerized. So you have exactly 3 minutes left to finish that cup of coffee, and then we have 5 minutes to get over to the track, and then we have 2 hours blocked off for my training with 15-minute breaks in the middle. And I'm just chill. Please. I know Umas are all kind of on the spectrum, but you're really taking it to the next level, Asian Flash.
I was actually kind of adjusting. I'm like, My next one, honestly, is another surprise. I got her, I want to say, from when I was... One of the major times that I did a lot of rolls because I really wanted a character was during when Manhattan Cafe came out. Right. I did 10 rolls all in a row just because I really liked her design. And I got 10 3 stars, and none of them 4 of them were rice shower, and none of them were and she was one of them. And so I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I eventually got her. I did another YOLO roll,
right,
and ironically, she came home. But so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this character. And imagine my surprise when this character, who's wearing a tiny little crown, wearing basically a Rococo emperor's outfit, is like, behold, I am the end of the century overlord. I will be the lord of the new era. I'm like, okay, Rao, chill. And then she proceeds to completely and utterly destroy all other racers. She is really good. Every single career I've done with her, she is really good. And the entire time, she's just like, ah, ha, 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 ah, ha, 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 ha. Behold, the Overlord is here. I'm like, you are really, really good. I like you.
That sounds like you're talking about TM Opera O.
Yes. I am.
All right.
Sorry, I thought I said her name. Yes, this is Tiamopra O. Yeah, so this is another one of those like happy surprises that just came along. My career with new trainees is basically like, I don't know who you are. I really can't just immediately, a lot of them I can't really tell. I mean, what was like, all right, what's your shtick gonna be? Like some of them, okay, I can get it. Like, Tosin Jordan, when she starts, talking about Skibbity and what the Sigma, I'm like, okay, I see you, I understand what you're all about, but like just most of them, I don't know. So I just have to run careers with them and see what's going on. And with her, it was just, like, I really like your thing. I really like the fact that you're really good and you're not washing out, unlike Narita Bryan, and I'm still kind of salty about that. So yeah, I mean, she's always consistently been very good with me. Yeah, I hate to say this. You'll notice a lot of my characters that I'm really good with, ironically, coincidentally, have high speed aptitude. I'm not very good at this game, guys. I need all the help I can get.
No, you're doing good, man. You're persisting, and that's what makes a good trainer.
I mean, I'll tell you, I know another one that you're gonna have on your list, which I actually had for a while, but I actually used her for the first time yesterday.
Okay.
And man, it was Marozensky, and I'm like, you are really, really good. You are really, really good. And it's really funny because like there were a few times where she's like, hey, trainer, I'm going to do a dance. And she starts doing like a disco dance. And it's like, and so my options were like, wow, that takes me back. Or, I've never seen that one before. Why are you so old?
Marzinski, yes. Not the next one on my list, but that was actually the next one on my list. Which kind of, yeah, I'll have a lot of red Umas on my list, don't I? Marzinski is really interesting because she is the oldest raisable Uma, both in canon and in terms of where her horse actually resided in actual real-world time, as she hails from the 1970s. So, Marzinski is a hip cat. She's the bee's knees. She's the cat's pajamas, don't you know? I can't do that with a straight face. This totally groovy Uma canonically owns her own house and car. But don't worry, guys, don't worry. She is definitely young enough to be at Tracing Academy. Yep. Definitely. I mean, this is the only campaign.
This is a case of, she's 17, is a sequel to age 17, year 37.
It's something like that. Because, this is the only campaign in the game that I can pretty much guarantee you will see the words okie dokie artichoke and gag me with a spoon throughout. Marzinski.
I don't know. It's not nearly as cringe as, what the Skibbity or all the nonsense that Tosin Jordan says.
I'll take retro chic over Zoomer speak any day of the week. And I did not mean to rhyme that, but I did, and now I'm sticking with it. So, Marzinski is an interesting case in real life because even though she was foaled in Japan, her parents weren't. And rather, the real Marzinski was a male. I believe the owner claimed that it was Marzinski if it was going to be a stallion, and then it would have been Miss Maruzen if it had been a mare. So the name was pretty much set in stone right off the bat. But Marzinski was treated as a foreign horse for the sake of the JRA. So he was barred from entering any of I believe the Triple Crown and the Triple Tiara were considered off limits to Marzinski, which is really interesting because Marzinski was such a terror in races that several other jockeys would just drop out if they knew Marzinski was going to enter a race. because they would just get smoked. Because Maruzinski was not only a front runner, which is kind of a rare tactic in terms of horse racing, he was good. He was good at it. He would fly to the front and just zip to the end and not even be breathing hard at the end of it all. And no one could catch up. Maruzinski was undefeated in every single race that he was gated for. That's insane.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, no, I mean that's pretty much my experience. I kind of had a situation that happens pretty much every single time I use a Uma for the first time, and that basically the first career always is like I'll see how she is,
Right.
and then I probably wash out. For her, ironically, I did fairly well up until the very last race of the Eurofinals. Which, I mean, hey, I got that far. I actually completed her career, technically speaking, but it was just a case of like, if you just one more race, one more, we could have gotten it, and you would have clinched the win. I wasn't expecting you to be an A rank. I mean, I'm still kind of in that B plus, barrier, but
Yep. I sympathize because I'm trapped at the A wall myself. Now, interestingly enough, Maruzinski's influence helped reshape the JRA regulations. In future horses, those restrictions would be greatly dialed back. As I recall, I think had they been racing at the same time, Seeking the Pearl and Taiki Shuttle would not have been allowed to compete in any of the bigger stake races either. So Maruzinski paved the way for a lot of horses to come.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is we mentioned our private podcast Discord. The professor likes to give us lots of like Maruzinski is a boomer memes. That's that, and another character is your mommy memes.
Yeah, yes. So not unrelated. The next one I had on the list is Meisho Doto Desu. I didn't really even know anything about Meisho Doto. I actually got her completely by accident while pulling for a completely different Uma.
I gotta say, I don't like Meisho Doto. I understand the appeal, but I'm just like, she just, every single time I try to use her, she's like, oh no, and then she just proceeds to catastrophically fail, like, trainings at one after another. It's like, all right, I'm using somebody else, I'm sorry. And this just always happens. And I know it's, like, her thing, but it's like, come on, really?
Meisho Doto suffers a story-based debuff that gives her like a 10% passive chance to fail at training at 100% stamina. Or 100% energy, I should say. And yeah, it can make raising her super frustrating. So if you don't like her, I get it. I 100% get it. But the thing...
I mean, don't get me wrong. She's very cute. But yeah, it's like, it's frustrating when I'm like, I just want to try you out and raise you, and then you're just like, oh no, and then she just proceeds to fall down a flight of stairs and then fall down another flight of stairs.
That's kind of the Meisho Doto experience, to be fair. She's really particular, and you gotta have luck on your side to make a good Meisho Doto run. So, like, I can't even disagree, because everything you're saying is 100% correct, and I've struggled in a couple of Meisho Doto runs myself. But honestly, like, I see a lot of me in Meisho Doto because she is just so damn hard on herself. And I'm just like, come on, no, it's fine, it's fine. No one cares, you're fine. And I'm like, yes, I'm aware of the hypocrisy, shut up. Like, her character special is literally entitled, I Never Goof Up, just as, like, kind of a self-effacing joke. And I'm like, yeah, that's something I would do.
But Snek, your special is Unlimited Snek Works.
And for a little bit of history, for those who are interested in the trivia portion, Meisho Doto was rivals of TM Opera O. TM Opera O smoked Meisho Doto in like every single race except the very last one, which is I think the very last race prior to TM Opera O's retirement. And as a funny story,
I heard this one.
Yep, a funny story came up. because the stable hands were like trying to come up with different strategies and different things they could try to have Meisho Doto beat TM Opera O. And the thing, Meisho Doto was like a very, very gentle, sweet animal. He just loved everyone and everything. He had not a mean bone in his body, but he learned to dislike the name TM Opera O. Now, he didn't dislike TM Opera O. He was gentle and kind towards him too. But he disliked the name, because when someone brought up that name, his humans got really stressed and worried. So one time, TM Opera O's jockey came to visit, and when he heard the name, Meisho Doto tried to bite him, thinking the jockey was TM Opera O.
Yeah, the two of them actually were stablemates, and it's funny, they were like actually good friends, even though he absolutely couldn't stand the name.
Yep.
He also had I want to say a stable cat that he was like just good friends with, and the two of them, there's a lot of pictures of the two of them just hanging out together, and it's unfortunate. I want to say Meisho Doto actually has TM Opera O's old blanket now as like a
You're thinking Taiki Shuttle. Because Meisho Doto, post-retirement, was housed in the same barn as Taiki Shuttle, and the two of them became really, really good friends. I believe TM Opera O passed well before Taiki Shuttle did. And Meisho Doto and Taiki Shuttle were really good friends. And the stray cat moved in to the barn, and Meisho Doto was so gentle and so curious about this cat that he just slowly kept trying to approach the cat to become friends with it. And eventually his gentle persistence paid off, and he became friends with the cat. And the cat was seen riding around on Meisho Doto's back. Just riding around the farm. And it's just such a beautiful, wonderful creature. Meisho Doto is one of the Umas that, as of this recording, is still alive. Is well into his twilight years. But he still has Taiki Shuttle's blanket, and a lot of people, like, he's kind of a tourist attraction now. Not only because of Uma Musume, but just because of this legacy of this constant second place winner, who, in the very last confrontation with his arch rival, finally won, took first place, and in some ways, both Meisho Doto and TM Opera O were kind of immortalized due to this intense, never-ending rivalry between the two of them. It's actually like it's like a cinematic, like it's almost a movie plot line, but it happened in real life. It was totally organic, and I think there's some real beauty in that kind of thing.
And for you gooners out there, you should know that she also has the largest bust size, because I want to say the actual Meisho Doto, rather, is a big boy.
He was very broad in the chest, and it was observed that if you look at the front of what we would call the chest of the horse, which is just the broad of the front between the front legs, it looks kind of like boobs. And so they gave Meisho Doto tied for the largest bust at, I believe, 99 centimeters. I should say largest bust for playable Umas. I don't want to put that out there without the asterisk, because I don't know if that statement is true in a vacuum.
My next one is, ironically, speaking of autism, it's Agnes Tachyon, the Tack. I really like this character, and it's funny because I always seem to play her against type, and it's for this reason that I'm like, I feel bad, because honestly, I feel like she should have high wits, because her entire thing is she's like a mad scientist.
Yep.
And I get the sense from her that she should be one of those characters that just uses a lot of skills, and so I always build her that way. I just go, speed, wits, and just I'm like, I don't really need, stamina. I have a lot of recovery skills. Literally, her special skill is a recovery skill. I always have had really good luck with her. It's always really interesting to see what I get. Yeah, ironically, she's one of those characters that I want to say I have actually 2 A rank attacks. you'll notice the characters that I actually like. There's a few of them, and it's a few of them with the professor too. We'll just between the two of us, it's DeGrasse, it's DeCreek, it's the Tack. There's a few of them that are like this. And yeah, I know technically speaking that's against type. I want to say her main thing is speed and power, but I have always tried to spec her into wits too, just because once again that's the meme with her, is that she's a wacky woohoo crazy scientist, which is funny because I mean the only reason why she's like that I want to say is because her name Tachyon is a theoretical particle.
Yep.
And that's it. And man, you want to talk about like depressing ends to a thing. She's not the most depressing, but man, she the horse that she's based off of got taken out incredibly quickly because of circumstances, and I want to say, and basically got retired early, even though it's like by all rights, he should have been like a new superstar, but it just never happened because of an injury.
Yep.
So,
and the thing is, he hit the track and he was just gone. No one could really compete with Agnes Tachyon in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was I forget what it was. Was it tendonitis? I forget.
I want to say he got a fracture on his leg, and it wasn't severe enough that he had to be euthanized, but it was one of those situations like if anything else happens to his leg. And he's one of those, as you say, he's just like all or nothing, and he would just do full power when he's racing. So they're like, we can't really do anything about that. And I want to say he had complications after trying to make him a stud, and he just died like 2 years after.
Yep. And he didn't get to complete the Triple Crown circuit, though. He won 1 or 2. I want to say 2. And so his epithet is the Phantom Triple Crown, because everyone believed that Agnes Tachyon would have taken it had he had a chance. I don't know if this is true, but I've been told if you let Agnes Tachyon's mood drop to bad or awful, there is a check somewhere in the story where she will just automatically wash out. I haven't tested this. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I was told. If someone can go in the comments and verify for us, I'd be curious if there's any truth to that.
I have never had that, because she's just her gains with speed, and plus her recovery, plus the fact that I want to say she's not a end closer, she's a late surger, means that she doesn't spend that much stamina. So you can she really is basically like really, really lazy, and you can just build her however you want, which is why I'm able to get away with what I can do. My last one I actually tried to basically make, we have, Grass Wonder at home again. It actually worked out weirdly well. I got her to A rank. And so, I'm just like actually quite pleased with myself at how well she is. I just wish, honestly, it's like, I wish there was more to actually like her being a mad scientist and wanting to, like unlock the secrets of the Umas than just theoretical scientific particle lol. But I mean, really, that's all it is. It's kind of a tragic story ultimately. I will say this though, the relationship that the game has, and I don't know if this is true for in the actual real life. I don't think it is. The relationship that the game gives between Agnes Tachyon and Manhattan Cafe, the two of them are like so funny because like Agnes Tachyon like frustrates and irritates Manhattan Cafe. And the two of them just, have a lot of really humorous moments just in that interaction. So just have to point that out, speaking of another character that I have further down the list.
So I looked it up. In real life, Agnes Tachyon and Manhattan Cafe were half-brothers who were both sired by Sunday Silence. But they had different mothers, making them paternal half-siblings rather than full. And Agnes Tachyon descended from Agnes Flora, and Manhattan Cafe's mother was Subtle Change. And they did race against each other once in 2001 at the Yayoi show. where Agnes Tachyon won by 5 links. And I think another thing that kind of brought them together as Umas was because Agnes Tachyon was known as being, you know, this absolute monster on the field who would ultimately go down very suddenly. Manhattan Cafe was kind of infamous for being sickly and weak for the better part of his existence, and then kind of came to fame later on.
That would explain why Manhattan Cafe's entire thing is, you know, you're like, what are you good at? Stamina. And I need something else to be good at. You know what, Coffee Gremlin? You do stamina.
You do stamina then.
I can see my dad. My dad's an Eldritch god. If I drink enough coffee, I can see him. Manhattan Cafe's story is weird.
It is, but honestly, that I think makes her kind of endearing.
No, I agree. I mean, I'll say this. I mean, it was one of those situations. I'm like, you really want this character? She would not come home. Man.
That happens, though. That
Yes.
happens. I had actually the next one's kind of related to that because the next one on my list is one we've mentioned a few times already. Is Taiki Shuttle. Let me explain this because it won't really make sense in context without it. When Uma Musume first came to Global, I downloaded it like launch day, and I started playing. And I was like, I kind of already have Line Monster Farm, and I'm way more invested in Line Monster Farm. I'm not sure if I'm going to like hang around all that long. I played for a while, several weeks, probably maybe even months. And then I kind of fell off, and I was like, I'm going to uninstall and just kind of back out of this. And I kept seeing the memes. I kept seeing the fan art. And I started learning some of the stories. Like the free 3-star that the game gives you that you get to pick from a list, I picked Rice Shower. So I looked up what Rice Shower's deal was, and oh my god, it's depressing. So I kind of started getting invested. I started getting invested in the game and the characters. And I was like, you know what? Maybe there's room on my phone for 2 weird life sim anime-inspired weirdness. During that time, Taiki Shuttle's banner came and went without me. And so I missed out on who is arguably the best mile runner in the game. Taiki Shuttle is a beast, both as an Uma and as a horse. And in real life, the actual Taiki Shuttle was ridiculously good. He was all power. So he was expert in sprints and mile races. And just was an absolute unit of a horse. And Taiki Shuttle was, because of the Kentucky heritage, they made her blonde, have great big old booba, and a southern affect, insofar as a Japanese actress can manage.
You're forgetting the most important part.
The gun?
No. The American bikini. American flag
yes.
bikini.
Yes, silly me. She has an American flag bikini because you gotta have that. Can't call yourself American if you don't have one of those. So
I mean, hey man, I wear American flag underwear like all the time. I mean, just that's what you do.
Obviously. So Taiki Shuttle is a juggernaut. If you play the game, you've seen her because she is the go-to Uma for mile races. She is insanely strong there, and she's one of the few Umas who actually has, I want to say she has a B rank in dirt tracks, which is relatively rare. So some people will run her as their dirt runner, in addition to like Smart Falcon, Haru Ura, and is it Oguri Cop, who's the other really big dirt runner?
Yes, Oguri Cop. Because it's like you want to talk about another character that's like just frustrating, and yet you're like, I can't hate you. Just trainer, look, I got 16th. Isn't it great?
You ran so fast, Haru. I'm so proud of you. So, yeah, like if you play the PvP, or what's basically the PvP mode, where the game has like a copy of your team and you race it against
Man, that
copies.
is frustrating.
It's super frustrating. It is. Taiki Shuttle is like on almost every single one. Because she is...
If it's not Taiki Shuttle, it's Oguri Cap, and if it's not Oguri Cap, it's Taiki Shuttle, and a lot of times, it's both.
Yep. Because you can adjust those things. So yeah, Taiki Shuttle's a beast. And the thing is, they make her super stinking cute. Like, not just in terms of her design, she's beautiful, but like her characterization. One of the things that comes up in her storyline is she misunderstands the contract clause about having to make a good impression in 3 years' time, which is why the game operates like a roguelite. So Taiki Shuttle misreads the contract because she's bad at Japanese. And then she believes that, oh, at 3 years, that's it, it's over, and you can't be her trainer anymore. But she's grown so attached to you that when she, like, even if you get her best ending, in fact, like, this happens in her best ending, she gets super depressed and just, like, charges at you and bear hugs you. And it's like, I don't want it to end. And he's like, but it doesn't have to end. We fulfilled the contract. We can still be Trainer and Uma if you want. And she's like, really? Well, why'd they make that so hard to understand?
See, if this was a romance manga, that's the part when the trainer would be like, you know, you don't have to end, pulls out ring.
Will you be my Uma for 5 ever?
No. And then she ran into traffic.
Like if you cry every time.
This is why we're friends. I'm trying. There's an event right now where, like, for the next, like, 2 weeks, you can get Taiki Shuttle bits if you do particular races.
Right.
And so I'm trying to get her because, yeah, I'm like, you know, I feel like I'm kind of taking advantage of my friend, but she's also really good. So.
She's outstanding, dude. You should go for her. You can also do the once daily challenge races, but I will say she's one of the hardest daily challenge races.
Yeah, I've noticed that, but you know what's funny though? I have a really good Bakashin.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very
my high level Bakashin proceeds to, you know, go, let's Bakashin, and I'm like, yeah, you know, it's that one Gundam. It's like, no, Gundam, no, XEA, you can't take on 3 versus 1. What want Gundam? You get him, champ.
You go get him.
No, Bakashin, you can't take her. She's... Let's Bakashin. Go get him, champ. Yes. So yeah, I actually, speaking of which, I actually just did it before we started recording, and I got it. But it's like, man, no, I have like 50 out of the 150 you need to unlock her.
Yep.
This is going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, I confess that I lost my patience. So when a GSSR ticket was put on the cash shop for, I think it was like $12, I was like, you know what? I've gotten $12 worth of entertainment out of this game. And they were like, oh, you just get to like pick the Uma you want from this list. And I'm like, yes, now give me Taiki Shuttle before I just completely lose my marbles here.
Funnily enough, I think I did the same thing. You want to know who I got with that one?
Who did you pick?
I got Biwa Hayahide.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's I'm not proud to say, but it's like it's one of those characters. I think she's really cute. Another one that just frustrates me to no end, just because she's just kind of prissy and just weird with her. I'm like, oh, she's wits and guts. Oh. Which, I mean, I was like, I can use this because, I mean, I seem to enjoy using high wits characters, but it's like, man, I wish Guts was better. I really do wish it was better. The next one I have, we've already kind of touched on. It's Rice Shower, and it's honestly, I do it, I mean, less for her herself and more just the utter story of the fact that, like, Jitaku tries to roll for a character, proceeds to get Rice Shower. Jitaku rolls again, gets other Rice Shower, and is like, why?
Can't
I already
even be
have
mad.
3 little sisters. I don't need a 4th little sister.
Yeah, like I said, Rice Shower was my starter 3-star from the pick that you get from the start of the game. And I don't regret that choice, but like, her story just absolutely broke something in me.
Yeah, I'll say this. I mean, I don't dislike her, and honestly, it's interesting that like her vampire outfit is actually different enough that I could consider using either of them. As stated, with the number of the like, oh, you can either use her or you can use the other form. It's like there's basically usually one that I'll go for, and then I'm like, yeah, you can use the other one. I'm like, that's nice. No, thank you. It's really tragic what happened to her, but that is what it is. Understandable why she has the goth lolly thing going on.
Yeah.
Don't really understand why she needs to call you Oni-chan. I guess that's just, anime, question mark.
It's anime. I mean, she was known as like the Black Phantom. So like, you gotta lean into that edge a little bit, and I think they did it an appropriate amount.
The irony of the fact that I have vampire, I have Rice Shower, and then I also have Manhattan Cafe on my team. So technically speaking, I have 2 little gremlins, little edgy gremlins.
You think Rice Shower likes coffee?
Yeah, I would think so, considering how fast she can go. Speaking of, having speed aptitude, once again, never had a problem with her. She is really, really good, really easy. But it's one of those situations of like every single time I'm using her, I'm like, man, this is my bros, one of my bros' favorites. So it's also the reason why I don't really use another one that we're gonna talk about later. That I also have, and I have both versions of her.
The number 2 on my top 10 is in fact Super Creek. It took me a while to really take note of her because I was a little reluctant when I started the game to use 2 stars because like, oh, well, you want to use the best, right? Like, why would I waste my time with the also-rans? And then I learned, oh, well, every Uma is basically like a 5-star waiting to happen, and you just got to get them there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just run every single horse. I'm going to run them all. I'm going to learn who's good, and I'm going to learn who I like, and I'm going to learn who I dislike.
No, don't feel bad for yourself. Honestly, it took me using Bakashin and Agnes Tachyon, who are both technically considered 1-stars, before I'm like, I think this is just a case of it's where their starting degree is. There's really no because you and I both are coming from like Azure Lane, from like FGO, where it's like there is very clearly like 5-star supremacy going on, where it's like you want to use the best that you can get. This is not one of those games. Yeah, pretty much everyone is viable. It's just a matter of what they get initially.
And the thing is, Super Creek is a 2-star, which means she shows up regularly enough in the gacha, and you get a pretty decent chunk of her star pieces when she does. So in no time at all, I had her at 3 stars. And I'm like, oh, that's a very pretty blue dress. Look at that. She's a very cute Uma. And then I run her campaign, and every time I run the campaign for the first time, I always make it a point to turn the skip feature off and learn who they are personality-wise. I'm an hour and a half in. I can say that Super Creek does things for me that many would find wrong.
If this is to be wrong, I don't know. I don't want to be right.
I don't want to be right. If Loving Creek is wrong, then I never want to be right.
Cue, her intro in Cinderella Grey, and everyone's like, understandable. Have a nice day.
She's just like, oh, are you praising me? And I'm like, yeah, of course I'm praising you. Like, you ran that race like a blur to the finish, and like her whole thing is recovery abilities. So she's a long runner with tons of recovery abilities, like bread and butter, just bam, straight together.
Mm-hmm.
She runs incredibly well. She can even get some debuffs, like I said. You can build a debuffing Super Creek if you want.
It's not really something you want to do, honestly.
Yeah.
It's really much easier to just lean into the fact that, like, she has high, I want to say she has high speed and high stamina. And then, yeah, she also has, like, she gets, I want to say 4 out of 5 of her abilities are stamina recovery.
Pretty much.
Or no, all of them are, actually. I want to say that's the entire thing with her and her Halloween version, because her Halloween version, the Mummy version, which is, I mean, I'm sure you're going to go into that. That's a funny joke, but also she basically becomes Grass Wonder and gets a bunch of debuffs.
Yeah, basically.
Hold on, my game's got to load up. Hello, Grass Wonder.
Yes, actually, the one at the front screen, the main screen of the game, for me, is Super Creek.
She gives Give Mummy a Hug, which is a boost. Murmur. Oh, she gets Hydrate still, which is one basically, like, for me, that's her standard ability. Every single time I have, I give Super Creek, I get Hydrate. Corner Adept, or I can speak, and Pace Chaser, because she's a Pace Chaser.
Right.
And she has 15 speed, 8 stamina, 8 guts.
Yeah.
So
she's just built to run crazy fast and just never get tired, basically.
Well, looking at Vanilla, she gets plus 10 stamina, plus 20 wits. And actually, I was wrong. She has Pure Heart, which is her ability, Ramp Up, Corner Recovery, Deep Breaths, and Disorient. Which is, yeah, so technically speaking, yeah, you could run her as a debuffer. I don't know why you would want to.
You would need to
because of her high wits.
Yeah, for her high wits, if you legacied a strong set of legacy Umas that have strong debuffs, you could do it. But it's like, it's one of those things you would have to steer for that. Vanilla Super Creek is a self-sustaining machine who just doesn't get tired no matter what.
Yes. Actually, I want to say I think that's why I wanted to get Biwa Hayahide, because I was like, her entire thing is boosts and debuffs too. Actually, no. Actually, ironically, no. She's got wet conditions, outer post master proficiency, those are situationally useful. Stamina to spare and deep breath. So she's like a Timu version of Super Creek.
Oof.
I'm probably thinking of Nice Nature.
Maybe.
I've heard that's a really popular thing, is people spec her to be a debuffer.
That would make sense.
And so she's not Nice Nature. She's Nasty Nature.
Yes. As for a Super Creek story campaign, it's actually really interesting, especially when you know a bit about the actual horse upon which she's based. Because Super Creek had a bit of a mixed reputation in his heyday. Because, first off, he kind of broke a few rules. Like, he illegally blocked another horse from advancing by moving into his lane, which you're absolutely not supposed to do. This is why, like, some of the anime adaptations have Super Creek get so competitive that she forgets herself, like the famous donut eating scene where she slaps...
The donut eating scene, or there's another one where she gets in trouble for... so they are like... She gets in... her trainer is, like, roasted by the paparazzi and is like, Your Uma is, basically is like... doesn't play by the rules. You're going to get in trouble. You can't, do the next race. And she just proceeds to get stabbed by a bunch of accusations.
Yes, literally stabbed by the piercing words and accusations. Super Creek...
It's okay, though. She's got a lot of armor.
She does. She has some padding for
She has a lot
impacts. to withstand impacts, of course.
Oh, that is awful.
So... The funny thing is, when you take her as your trainee, you'll be like, great job out there today, Creek. You ran really well. And she's like, no, this is wrong. And you're like, what's wrong? And she's like, you're not supposed to praise me. I'm supposed to praise you. And he's just like, nani? And then the trainer's just like, before I knew it, I was laying on the floor with my head pillowed in her lap, and she's just petting my head, telling me that I am a good trainer wainer. And I don't know how my life came to this moment, but I'm not exactly complaining about it, but it is very odd.
I have seen a number of different versions of this, even to the point where, you know, there's the have you ever raced with your life on a line, but it's, you know...
Have you ever played Goo Goo Babies with your life on the line?
Yeah, and it's her... I want to say that's actually a shooped manga panel from Cinderella Grey where she's racing, I want to say, against Oguri Cap. And yeah, I want to say it's supposed to be a really, really, like, intense scene, and then they're just like, I'm gonna Goo Goo Baby you. It's like...
Well, apparently that became a little cyclical in some regards, because in the Cinderella Grey, I think it was one of the comedy spin-offs, there's a bit where they have a gag race, and, she's with Tomomo Cross and I think Oguri Cap. No, I'm sorry, Hishi Amazon.
No, it's...
Hishi,
yeah.
Hishi Amazon and Tomomo Cross are racing with Super Creek, and they have to run into, like, a changing booth and change into a cosplay. And, like, Hishi Amazon gets turned into a magical girl, and Tomomo Cross gets dressed up like an elementary schooler, and they just, like, give Super Creek an apron. It's like, oh...
Well, you want to know why that is, Professor?
Do tell.
You want to know why that is? For that comedy special, or that comedy series, actually, if you look at the outfits that Tomono Cross, Super Creek, and Hishi Amazon are wearing, those aren't the ones that they have in the anime or in the game. Those are actually their concept designs. And so you look at her, and she's wearing the turtleneck sweater dress.
Oh, right.
With the handbag. Yeah, that's supposed to be that's her concept design that she was going to have originally, until someone was like, she looks like a young housewife, and so they changed her from that to, she's not just, someone's, young hot mom, she's now someone's young hot stepmom.
Of course. And the whole reason, for those of you who don't know, the reason she has the mommy affect is because her jockey, or rather his jockey, the real life horse, Super Creek, the jockey basically felt a great deal of gratitude for being Super Creek's jockey. And so he would kind of baby talk the horse, and he just like, oh, you're doing such a good job, who's a good horsey, that kind of thing. And people just found it adorable. And they absolutely loved that he kind of babied Super Creek. And so it's like, what if the tables were turned? So she babies you instead.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar, you want to talk about Flanderization, this is one of those, like, recurring memes that this just is a thing. And even to the point that, like, Tomono Cross, she's as old, if not older, than Super Creek, and just because she's petite and considered short,
Yep.
Super Creek, that's one of the haha funny things. Like, oh, Tomono Cross, you're short. Close enough.
Good enough.
Come here, you.
What do you mean, good enough?
Even to the point that, in certain events, she's like, oh, Tomono Cross, you're so small and cute, I could just baby you. I'm hesitant.
So yeah, it's nice to have Super Creek on my home screen, because when I log into the game, I'm greeted very nicely by, Uma Mom.
As opposed to me, oh, welcome back, trainer. They haven't found the bodies yet. Grass, what are you talking about? Don't worry about it.
It's not important. I feel it's important. It's not important.
But my next one, speaking of, concept characters is ironically Hishi Amazon, which is funny because that's a character that I got really early on, and you were like, I need Hishi Amazon for whatever build you were trying to do, and
Right.
I'm like, oh, I have her already. And I gotta say, I was not sure what to think of her initially. I thought she was gonna be like I'm like no guffs given, devil may cry, gonna pick fights with everyone, gonna be a Bancho type character. And initially that's kind of the way she sets herself up, but then it turns out that she's actually a giant softie. She loves kids, she loves animals, and she just likes being strong. And I'm like, I can't even fault you. And so, yeah, she's like my best power character because of that. And so I just imagine that, yeah, she just is fist fighting every character on the racetrack up to the point that she wins. Because, I mean, literally her special ability is you and me one-on-one. And, I mean, how else am I supposed to take that? Also, when she wins, she does the Kamen Rider Amazon Henshin pose, that's just funny to me.
I actually have a short list of honorable mentions, and we covered Rice Shower, so we can skip that one. So next is another one that's not in global yet, Tap Dance City. And I really only discovered her because I saw a compilation of the Uma in America song. And I was just like, oh, this is like, she's super cute, actually. I don't really know anything about her, I'll be honest. It is kind of a bout of waifuism, I'll be perfectly honest.
Oh, no, I can understand why you like her. I'm seeing her now. Famous retired racehorse.
Oh, she likes cutting pizza, apparently.
Yeah, I could see that. I understand why an Uma that lives for romance. A very active American-born Uma. Oh no, Snek. I just realized I'm a dumb.
What's up?
Are all the Umas who sing Uma in America, are they actually American-born?
I will
But I'm just
double-check
seeing what,
I'll check the discography on that and just kind of figure that out later.
But I was just thinking about, I'm like, Taiki Shuttle is, El Condor Pasa is, Grass Wonder is, Forever Young is. I mean, that's kind of her thing. I want to say her voice actress is actually half American, which is why a lot of people are like, she sounds American. It's like, that's because she is American. Mm-hmm.
That would also explain the whole red, white, and blue motif she has on her signature wear.
And she looks like kind of like a flapper from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I bet. I just thought she was really cute. I just saw her in these compilations, and I'm like, that's one I'm going to need to keep tabs on. Apparently, she was introduced in
that's
JP in 2023, so she should be coming up, I think, later this year or early next year.
Bro, I mean, that's the reason why I like Forever Young. That's how I learned about her. So I get it. I get you. I get you. I get you. I get you getting me.
Feeling you.
Next one I have is Meijiro Dober.
Okay, I actually don't know a lot about this.
Not gonna lie, I have used her twice, but she is one of my best long distance characters, and she just strikes. Honestly, I don't really know much about her myself. I just think she's really cute. Here's the thing, like, I tried to run without the skip function, and this is going to be my thing. I tried to run careers without skip function. It takes like an hour, and I'm like, it literally is the ain't nobody got time for that meme. It's like, I just don't have time to just have an hour to just read. It's like, whoa, I'm doing my wacky gag again. Whoa, I'm doing my wacky gag again. It's like, come on, please. So that's how I run it. And I've only used her twice. I hate to say. She just strikes me as like she's like the stereotypical sad girl. I'll say this. She cleans house. Ladies and gentlemen, Ditaku is going to look up stuff on the internet just for you. Just so I'm not. She is a poised, sheltered, and reserved character, burdened by her noble lineage. understandable. She comes off as a cool beauty. She's actually deeply shy. Yes, which is her entire thing is basically, I want to say, like her entire thing in her special is she has agoraphobia. She gets surrounded by people, and so she, in order to get out of them, she then activates her skill and just shoots ahead out of the crowd. She has social anxiety and shyness. Fear the spotlight, but she is gentle and sincere. And she is a late surger. Yeah, which is, yeah, her entire thing is that she's actually a really powerful long distance runner. She's, I want to say right now, my best character for that. It helped me a lot in the superstar. You know, when you're actually running in order to get other star points.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's she's been really useful in that. I just really liked her, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about her. So I was like, you know, I use her. I guess I just struck out with her really, really well because I only used her twice. But yeah, so I don't hear a lot of people talking about her.
Like, a lot of people really, really like the Mejiro family. Like, all the time people are going on about, like, McQueen and Ryan and Dober. The one I like is also not outside Japan yet, and that's Mejiro Ramonu.
Oh, see, the funny thing is, ironically,
Yeah.
I have another Mejiro that I actually really like, but it's like I was like, it was a toss-up between her and Mejiro Dober, and I have used Mejiro Dober more because I'm like, it's Mejiro Ardon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, bro, I didn't even try and get her. I just
Got her.
lucked out on a YOLO roll and got her. And so, yeah, I have like 4 Mejiros, especially if you count Gold Chip. But, you know, there's a few of them I'm just like, I don't know what to do with you guys. But the cool thing with all of them is that they're, because they all of them have speed aptitude, they're not that hard to train.
Well, speaking of Umas that can be challenging to raise, one of my honorable mentions is the legendary Haru Urara.
Oh, man.
You know, there's Umas that are challenging to raise, and there's Umas that can be moody. And then there's Haru Urara, who's in a class all her own. Because, one, she has really weird aptitudes. She's a dirt runner, for the most part, and she's a sprinter.
Mm-hmm.
So that limits how many races, mathematically, that she can really be good in.
There's a surprising number of dirt races. The problem being, though, is that yeah, it's a case of like it's a case of, you know, the career is like, all right, Haru, now it's time for you to run into Aramakinen. All right there, trainer, I can do that. I will win and I will be first place. Don't push yourself. Just saying. I will be the first. I will show you. Narrator, she was not actually first. I am 15. Didn't I do good? I'm more surprised that someone was slower than you were.
What happened? Did they just, like, fall asleep in the gate and failed to get started?
I mean,
So-
she is a sweetheart, and it's actually funny because, like, I want to say it's pointed out to other people that, like, everyone else, you look at them as you start getting them star levels and they actually gain their racing outfits and everything. Haru Urara's literally is a slightly customized version of the base racing outfit.
Huh.
Yeah, it literally is just a modified base gym uniform, which is what their basic, you know, starting out generic racing uniform is. It's also pointed out in her story that she never actually gets accepted to Tracen, but she's such a sweetheart that everyone's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. She can just be part of our team. It's okay. And so, I don't know about you, but in the Unity Cup, every single time I'm given the option of like, what's your race name going to be? It's like, you can be, you know, Team Carrot, or like, you could be Carrot Pudding, just like Haru offered. I'm like, I'm Team Carrot Pudding. I know this is going to make it significantly harder, but I don't care. I think that's what that does, actually. I'm pretty sure that's what that does, because every single time I go for the option, things have gotten way harder.
You kind of go in knowing full well that you're not in it to win. You're there to race to have fun.
Perhaps the races we ran were the friends we made along the way.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically been in the game.
Yeah, she was one of the originals.
I think we mentioned. Yeah, we mentioned this, like, yeah, basically, like, her inclusion and her design are basically, like, integral to Uma being a thing.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Go watch the podcast episode. We talk about that more in depth.
Also, Ditaku is very, very wrong about Okayado's inclusion or, involvement.
Whoops.
I don't know where I was going with that.
We're just people. We
Yeah.
make mistakes too, But, yeah, the thing is, you can't even get mad, because Haru Urara is kind of like a puppy. Every day is her first day.
Mm-hmm.
And, some days you'll throw her out there and you're like, okay, I'm feeling confident. She's got this one. And she's like, trainer, I'm 13th. I ran so fast, right? And you're just like, yes, sweetie, you ran super fast, and I am so proud of you.
The one I always remember seeing is someone shooped in her thing where it's like, trainer, I answered every answer on the test, and the teacher gave me a gold star. Isn't that great? And it's like, yes, good job. It's like your reactions are good job or you did good, kid. And it's like, yeah, no, that's pretty much exactly how an event like that would go.
Yes, precisely. And then sometimes she surprises you, and she'll just get the let out. And she's like, I came in first. And I'm like, wow, you really did it. All right. That's great. Everyone needs a Haru Urara run. If you play this game, you have to raise her at least once. Okay, it's not optional. You have to.
Yes. Don't go into it expecting like, I will use my cunning strategies. Like, no. Haru Urara run is basically the wizardry blobber experience, but you are running a cute girl who is just a ray of sunshine. It is crushing. It is brutal, but you're going to have an 80s, pop song playing in the credits when you are done, and you're going to probably be shedding tears like the, strong, manly boy that you are. Or strong, manly girl. We don't judge here.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, Nitaku, who's next?
Fuji Kiseki.
Oh, nice choice.
She is really strong. I have used her all of once. I just think she is really cute and really, really, really beautiful. Ironically, I was dreading using her because I'm like, I look at her and I'm like, after a certain point, she's like, your career objectives will change depending on how well you're doing. I'm like, oh, good. This is going to be Narita Bryan 2. Ditaku suffers more. But no, actually, I succeeded.
Nice.
Yeah. Once again, have to point out that, I don't know who it is that, approves the student racing outfits, but, more power to her that she's able to not only decided to do this, but also actually does run in a full ball gown, and she just does this, and she wins. But, hey, she's, her actual profile calls her the classiest Uma out there, and, I'm inclined to agree. So.
It's fair, I get it. She is a classy lady.
As I get older, I'm sure this is gonna, be very, very much a hot take to you. As I get older, I just, you got to appreciate a lady who can just be traditionally feminine.
Yep.
And, not to say that, girl in short shorts or, in pants is bad, but, if you can pull off the old traditional gown, good on you, Steve.
So, my
Yeah.
my number one Uma. Are you guys ready? Are you sitting down? Are no one here who's been following the Snek channel for any length of time is going to be surprised by this pick. But my Uma of choice is Hishi Akebono, the most buono
See?
of Umas.
I honestly, if it was me guessing, I would have guessed that Super Creek would have been your one, and then Hishi Akebono would have been your number two. That would have been me, but, I understand. This is once again a case of Gitaku. I like the giant Uma. Oh, really? How big is she? She's 5'10". Okay.
Yes. I mean,
Which is funny because her special ability when the skill activates is it literally causes her. I want to say it actually has the one old Showa Godzilla sting with the dun 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 dun, and it has her like striding across a miniature city.
yes. And she takes a donut out of the bag and like gives it to the little people in the little miniature city.
Hey, you're too skinny.
And she shows up in Umayuru, the short gag anime they have on YouTube, as a kaiju. She just shows up like in the background, like super distant, but she's just gigantic, and she's always smiling, and she's always just like, "I'm very happy to be here."
Well, I mean, in Umapon, she's evil mad scientist Anya's Tachyon Black's secret super weapon.
Yep.
And then I want to say Anya's Tachyon Black gets immediately, blasted by the Uma Rangers, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Yep. She doesn't even get to act on it. So, I do know a little bit.
Uma Ranger!
But why? Hishi Akebono in real life was very much like the Uma counterpart in some respects. He was a big boy. His common fan nickname was literally Too Big. And he was this powerhouse. He was this like all muscle. This absolute like colossus of a horse. Now mind you, jockeys are like usually picked because they're short, petite, and like lean. But like it made the jockey look even smaller because you have this gigantic horse underneath them.
Yeah, he's like 1,800 pounds. He was a big boy.
Yeah.
And ironically, out of all of them, I want to say it's funny because I want to say this is actually one of the few characters that both of us have that are 3 stars because I want to say I just rolled for her as a YOLO. And then you're like, and I'm like, oh, and then you were like, yo, Hishi Akebono. I'm like, oh, and then you immediately were like, I got her. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. I don't want to be the guy who's try and block you.
Hishi Akebono, when I pulled her, was the aforementioned first 2 SSR Uma pull I ever got, alongside Meisho Doto. And so I took a screenshot and I sent it to a buddy of mine, and I was like, "Dude, look at this! Like I got a 2-fer," and he's like, "Oh, you pulled the 2 bustiest Umas in the game." And he's like, "That's very appropriate for you," and I'm like, "What you trying to say, Willis? Why you got to be like that?"
Okay, so I have to ask: was this John Rakowin or was this Lord Zex?
No, that's Lord Zex. I don't think I was in communication with John Rakowin yet at that point. I said I wasn't in contact with John
Sorry, you cut
Rackowin.
out there.
No, it was Lord Zex. I wasn't in contact with John Rackowin at the time. Now, the thing that's also really interesting is Hishi Akabono, the horse, was a bit of a tourist attraction. Like, not only because he's just huge, right? So after retiring from racing, because Hishi Akabono came from kind of a precocious bloodline. They peaked really, really fast, and then were just kind of like done. So retirement came, and people would go see this gigantic horse. And Hishi Akabono was very much temperament-wise akin to Meisho Doto. He had this very gentle, friendly attitude. And he saw a person, he's like, oh, people are here to like pet me on the nose and feed me carrots. So like, obviously I love people. People are wonderful. So like this gigantic horse would just walk right up to you. Sorry.
People were worried because his, I want to say his mom and his dam and his sire were both like really combative, and they would like bite people and stuff. But no, he was like really friendly, as I recall.
Yep. He was extremely people friendly, and he just loved people. All people. People were there to feed him and give him treats. So obviously, people were wonderful. So of course he loves them.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
They put him on a diet to have him lose a little bit of weight. Like, we're talking a big eater. He ate the straw that they put in his stall to sleep on. He was that big an eater. And they put him on a diet, and he went on a losing streak. And they're like, okay, screw it. Nix the diet. Let him eat what he wants. And then he started winning again. So,
guys, this is great. All I need to do is just keep winning, and they'll keep giving me good food.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
as I recall, his strategy was basically the same as it was in the actual game, where it's like he was all about basically shoving his opponents out of the way and just being big and using his bigness as a weapon.
Yep, exactly. That's why he excelled on turf tracks, because he needed the firm surface to kick off of, because he was just raw power. So he would just like bulldoze ahead, and you just couldn't stop him. And that's exactly how the Uma plays. That is her strategy. She is just like, I'm going to just speed.
Yeah, that's right.
Power.
That's why you needed Hishi Amazon. Yeah, yep. That's why you needed her.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I was like, yeah, because that was the thing. You were like, I need a couple Umas in order to make my perfect Hishi Akabono. That was it. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I wanted, because Hishi Amazon, Taiki Shuttle, and Hishi Akabono share a lot of qualities in kind, and they synergize with each other extremely well. And
and for those of you who care, we checked. Hishi Amazon and Hishi Akabono are not related. It's just for whatever reason.
That's just the naming convention, apparently. Yeah. And there's even a Hishi Miracle, and no, they're not related either. Weird coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, like...
Well, there's like 3 or 4 different Anyuses.
Yeah.
And those aren't related either. It's just the same family own them all.
Yep. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, Hishi Akabono it's all power, all the way down. And if you run her, you'll be sprinting and maybe the occasional mile. Like, it's just power ahead. Just force everyone out of your way because you're just bigger than everyone. And then it's even funnier because you get to see her in like the different concert animations, and she's just like a head or 2 heads taller than all the other Umas. And it gives you an appropriate.
It's even funnier.
Good.
No, I was just gonna say it's really funny if you have a bunch of the shorter ones like Tomino Cross, or drawing a blank here. Bijin Pegasus, or I have her. She jokes about the fact that she's like an android.
Mihano Bourbon.
Michu. Yeah, Mihano Bourbon. Yeah, I was like, I have her. I ran her. She's actually really good. Her name is escaping me, but yeah, Mihono Bourbon. Yeah, you have her like side by side with them, and yeah, and she towers over them just because they're so short and she's so tall.
Yep.
So
that's why she gets paired off with Nishino Flower a lot, because she is the shortest Uma in the game. So you have this great big huge Uma, and then little tiny like itty bitty Uma. But yeah, no, that was kind of the contrast. Like everything about this horse is big, and Hishi Akabono is no exception. And honestly, like her personality is just she is just this very sweet, very kind, very generous person who loves cooking for her friends. That's like her thing. She even has like a cooking stream that she'll put on, and she was just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna make this enormous hot pot. And the trainer's like, you're not gonna eat that all by yourself, are you? And she's like, no, silly, I'm gonna feed the entire dorm. And he's like, I believe that, actually.
then I'll eat it.
And then I'll eat what's left. All right, Itaku, do you have any Umas left on your list?
I have one.
All
and
right.
ironically, this is the latest 3-star that I've gotten. So I have not even run her yet because I have just been running other characters. But I really, really like her. She's a good design, I think.
All right.
So it's Inez Fujin.
Oh,
Once again, just got her. She just dropped like earlier in the month.
Yep.
Just gotta say, this is entirely a case of like, oh, it's a long distance. I have a bunch of long distance characters too. Also, she's a sporty older sister type. Don't judge me. What?
I'm not judging. If I'm judging you, then I think I'm taking that twice back with, Hishi Akabono, Super Creek, and Gentle Donna as my top 3.
Oh, well, I was just, yeah, I mean, I suppose that's true. It's just, yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming with that. I really think she's really cute, and, I have a weakness for that type. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. As I stated, I haven't used her yet. I probably should. It's just a case of I don't have that many long distance, shoes, and for what it's worth, whenever I'm like, the game gives you the option, like you can, go to your club and be like, hey, you guys mind, dropping a few things? No one does. So I'm just like,
I frequently forget to check on the club, to be fair. I'm sure I could lend you some, because I think
it's fine. It's fine. It's just a case of, what I need to do is, honestly, I just need to, like, do more careers. I'm thinking of running another Maruzen run just because she has the run race in order to get Taiki Shuttle.
Right.
And see if I can do a better... Because, like, honestly, I feel like I'm so close to actually getting Maruzensky, like, good. That makes any sense?
Right. No, I
feel like there's going to be a moment where it's all going to click, and I'm going to be like, I, too, can be a boomer and laugh at millennials and tell them, you need to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. In a race? Yes. You need to run, and you also need to pull yourself up. That's how you go faster.
Obviously, if you're pulling your boots up while you're running, you're stepping further. Ergo, you're going faster.
Also, you need to have been born between the years of 1950 and 1970. I'm not going to visit you in the nursing home. Please come back. So yeah, I mean, I had the honorable mention, but we've already kind of talked about them. So I mean, yeah, that's my list. Do you have
All
anybody
right.
else that you want to talk
Uh,
about?
I have one last honorable mention, and that's Matekane Tannhauser.
Okay.
That for those who are not in the know,
Oh,
that's our Mambo. Yes,
she
you
has a good
have.
hat. I like her
She
hat.
has an awesome hat. I adore her hat, and apparently it's her third
I gotta
one.
say, there's a couple. I have a couple of characters that are like that. Like, I want to say, the one with the puppet. I forget her name.
Oh,
Is
I know
that
who you're
Aston?
talking
No,
about.
that's yeah, the one who's got crippling social anxiety, and so she speaks within ventriloquism. This is
Right.
kind of the level of. Let me look it up. But yeah, there's a couple of characters that are like that, where they have like cute little hats. It's in a certain way, Uma is kind of like Toho in that way. You know, Uma Musume who talks with her hands. That is Marsh Lorraine
All right.
or Merca Lorraine. I think it's. I mean, technically speaking, if we're talking about the name in French, it'd be Merca, but yeah. So that's the one. That's one I was thinking of. Yeah, there's a few of them that have little caps like that. I'm just. It looks really cute. So
I get
Um,
it.
what are your thoughts on Miss Lorraine there, Professor? What do you
Uh,
think?
I really only looked at her in brief because you're mentioning her, and I think it's interesting because, like, well, you have an Uma with social anxiety, and now we're gonna make her become an idol, whether she likes it or not.
Actually, it's funny. She is one of the ones who does Uma in America, and there actually is a solo uh, mix of it, and so everyone's joking. It's like it literally is just going to be her hiding, covering her eyes, like using her puppet as the puppet is the one singing.
Oh, that's harsh.
Because apparently that's what she does in her career is that even with her trainer, the one person who is like supposed to be like incredibly close to, she's like, uh, I, I, you have to, you have to excuse her. She's not very, what's the word? Socially, loquacious. Wow, that's a lot of really big words. Shut your face. So yeah, I mean that it's that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen characters in other cartoons or other
Yeah,
series that are like that.
like in the
Ironically, actually,
family-friendly Digimon tamers. It
actually,
is.
yes. No, I was like, wait a second. An adventure is like, no, it's not an adventure. It's in
It's tamers.
Tamers. Yes,
Yes, it's actually
yes.
for a very dark reason. It's not family friendly. It's actually quite heartbreaking.
My dad beats me. He gets drunk and beats me.
Oh, by the way,
It's all but stated that this is what happens.
the dub doesn't cut this bit out. This is still like totally in canon.
Yeah. They kind of dance around it, but it's kind of clear that's what's going on.
Right.
Um, oh man, Jerry is just oh man, that's rough, buddy. That's rough.
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you an interesting bit of Uma trivia about
Hmm.
Tannhauser. Tannhauser in real life
Oh,
was kind of notorious for getting ill and injured all the time. His his nickname by fans was the department store of sickness because he just kept getting sick over and over and over again. They have some listings here.
we call that the arranger.
Yeah, the arranger syndrome. Epistaxis during the Japan Cup.
I shouldn't joke. It's really bad.
Yeah, no, it actually is. He got epistaxis during the Japan Cup in 1994, which actually had him have a nosebleed. And by Japan racing laws, you are automatically withdrawn if your horse has a nosebleed. Urticaria during the Arimakinen. Doesn't have a year on that one. Flamen in 1995, a bacterial infection forcing him to rest. And he was actually off the track for 6 months after that. He was forced off the track for 6 months, but didn't race again until 8. He was also incredibly unlucky because he had to run against really, really powerful juggernauts of his day. He got paired off against Mihano Bourbon and lost. He got paired against Biwa Hayahide and lost. Let's see. About when he won the Takama Tsunomiya High, it was a G2 medium race. Then the next year, the race was shortened and upgraded into a sprint G1. And he missed out on it by a year, so he couldn't defend his previous title anyway. So, like, this horse is just famous for life just not being particularly kind to him.
That would explain why she's so happy-go-lucky, I guess.
It is, and that is the thing. Like, she's incredibly accident-prone. She gets injured all the time. Like, her intro in the anime is she goes to a shrine to pray for good luck, and the ritual bell falls out and smashes into her nose, giving her a nosebleed. Like, that's the life that Tannhauser has to live.
Isn't that literally a gag from Nishijo?
I think it is, yes.
I feel like that happened, yeah, where they went to a shrine, they tried to pray, and like the bell fell down and hit
the bell
one
fell,
of the girls.
The stairs broke and one of them fell through them, and then like the other one, I think the roof collapsed on her head or something. Yeah, so Tannhauser is that very it's gonna be okay, and then things are not okay, and the famous meme, the mambo dance she does, is her reciting a song and dance routine that her dad invented called the Festival Mambo. And it's just her singing this goofy little happy-go-lucky song, just kind of indicating she's like, yeah, it's gonna be okay, which is made funnier because her canon roommate is Matakane Fukukataru, both because they have the Matakane prefix name, but also because they're both kind of out of their mind. And so they just kind of feed off each other's strangeness. She just brings this really cute energy to everything, and I was super happy when she was released. And she's a 2-star. She's relatively easy to get. Also, she kind of looks like an estranged Rune Factory character.
I was just saying that, I really appreciate that one of the things that Uma does is if you, they don't really have limited run rotation Umas. It's basically like if they release someone, they just add them to the general pool. And so I noticed as soon as Mambo, I'm just going to call her Mambo, was added to the general pool, I would just get her just all the time. I want to say my Mambo is at a 4-star now because of that.
Nice.
So yeah, it's just a nice thing. And I mean, yeah, I just think she looks cute, and it's just kind of, it's just, it's kind of the thing where like you get like, there seems to be there's the, tryhards, there's the edgelords, and then there's the sad girls, and she is very distinctly in the sad girl territory, even though she's just so gosh darn earnest.
She is. And apparently her greatest fear is spiders.
Understandable.
Understandable. Have a nice day. So apparently she's trying to overcome that fear, because according to this, her phone background is a photo of colorful stuffed spiders.
That's cute.
She's trying.
I am not nearly as arachnophobic as that, but I'm not quite nearly to the point of the professor where it's like, yes, a giant tarantula. It's like a little doggy. It's like, no, I know little doggies. That thing is not a little doggy. That thing is terrifying.
It could be. Maybe it like pet.
It is not friend-shaped, Professor. It is spooter-shaped.
You know,
The
it's fair
only
cop.
spooter that I am thinking is friend-shaped is Supaida Man, and he is the emissary from hell.
Here, I thought you were going to say Lucas, but okay, fair enough.
Well, I mean, he could punish evil too, I guess. You know.
This is, you know, a happy talk about happy horses and why, you know, why it is definitely 100% certain that Tazuna Hayakawa is definitely a human and not an Uma, and I am saying this of my own free will and under no duress whatsoever. By the way, do you guys
Now
ever
blink
heard of a
twice.
racehorse? You guys ever heard of a racehorse named Tokino Minoru? I don't know why I'm asking that. I'm just throwing that out there.
Have you ever heard about this racehorse? Interesting.
I don't know why, but you know, I think it's
just,
just
you know,
really interesting.
You know what you need? You need Domo, and Snek in the Domo, and have you seen this man?
Have you seen this horse?
Yep.
Okay, and I think we've reached the end of the list. I think we've covered everything we planned on covering at any rate.
We have covered a lot more than we planned on covering, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, we definitely went way over time. Anyway, thank you, Ditaku, for joining me in this fun little deep dive into Umas that we love and hope for to quickly arrive in the global server.
You are welcome.
And thank you at home for listening to the end of this 2-hour rant about Umas and how they are wonderful. And we're going to see you guys next time.